you know, before I became Grant Body P. And fast forward 2009 now. 2009 come. I was in a role, I was in a job, got made redundant. So I'm like, a lot of people was like, oh no, we lost our jobs, we lost our jobs. Me, I was like, oh word, I'm gonna get all this big money and just rest off for a minute. Works for me. So now, I pick up hobbies because, you know, I'm still looking for a job or whatever. I pick up hobbies. And then someone approached me like, yo, the Raekwon album come out, Shining versus Wu-Tang.
Okay.
We want you to write a review for it. So I was like, all right then, I'll do that. So what happened was, prior to that, you know, you had the Source magazine, the XXL magazine. Yeah. And you read the reviews or you read the interviews with the artists that you're interested in. You know what I mean? So some people don't even know about the Source and the XXL and.
No, some people don't not old enough to remember that.
or King magazine. Whatever, man. Black Man magazine. Anyway. So, you know, I'm subconsciously studying the way reviews and interviews have been written. Didn't realize that this is my real path. This is what I really want to do.
Okay.
So now I wrote the review for the Shining vs. Wu-Tang album the very same way I would have done, you know, when you see it written in the Source and whatnot. And I'm getting the feedback like, man, you got a talent for this. I feel like I'm reading out of a magazine. You should really go for journalism, you know, go study. I was like, all right then. If this is a path, I'm gonna go pursue it. So now, I attended a college now. Says I want to take a role. I want to take a course in journalism. Not realizing that it was an actual university course. So I enrolled at university by accident.
Okay.
So I came into it as a writer. I wanted to write reviews properly and write articles properly. That's how I started. So
speak about some of the people you wrote for or journalist magazines or you've done in the past. So
in that time, so it started with the Raekwon album.
Okay.
And then the Black Milk album came out. What the team called it?
Remember which Raekwon album that was?
Shining vs. Wu-Tang.
Okay.
Right. So the Black Milk album, I wrote for that one. What was the thing called again? Album of the Year, right? Okay. And then I went on to, then I started having emails coming or whatnot, asking me to write a small article on this next up-and-coming artist that's bringing out like a new single or a new EP. And I just write a small article, just boom. Put it out because I had my own blog site, right?
Okay.
So I had my own blog site now. And that actually manifested at university. They actually told me, we'd like you to create your own blog site and start writing your own articles, your news and things like that. So I thought, all right then. So the name of my article, my blog site was already in my head, and it was called RePPiN4U.
Okay.
Now, for those who don't know, for the true heads will know. But for those who don't know, you're gonna get to know. So RePPiN4U was named after a Black Milk track, right? So the Tronic album came out in 2008, but I went on vacation in 2009. It just so happened that I had that track on my MP3. Remember those MP3 players?
Some people don't even know what that is.
We're gonna learn to you, though. We're gonna learn to you.
I mean, you'll find it in the museum, trust me.
Oh gosh, it's like that now. That's how far we are now. All right.
Yeah. So I saw it in the museum recently. So.
Oh good. Oh my gosh.
Just throwing it out there.
British National Museum, you know.
Yeah.
Anyhow, I'm on vacation now. Poolside. I got my MP3 player on. That tune just happens to come on. And I don't usually do this, like, you got your favorite tune, you'll rewind it a couple of times and before you move on. I didn't do it with this one. When this one came on, I kept rewinding it and 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 rewinding it. I must have done it about a good 15 times at least. Sitting poolside. And there's something with that tune that was resonating with me, but it was trying to tell me something. And then it came to me. I'm gonna call this blog site RePPiN4U. It was called Representing the Real Hip Hop. That's what the blog site was called. It wasn't until like a couple of years later in the university course, I come across a fellow student at the time, and he's like, you know, you're doing music journalism, Grant. You're doing music journalism. Why? Would you like to do like a radio show? I'm trying to start a radio station. Would you like to do a radio like a radio show? I could have you on. You could play your hip hop and all that. I was like, okay. And then it was it just took off from there. Then I had someone, because you know the social media age, I had someone from the States. Big ups to my dude MIXX. You know what I mean? MIXX, that's my dude, man. He's based out over in the States. So me and him had a we had a connection already because we were both into wrestling.
Okay.
Right, but at the same.
Who was your favorite wrestler?
Man, past, present, or future.
Let's go past.
All right, so past of all time, The Undertaker.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That's my dude, because everybody, like all the wrestlers, they come out, they do their moves, pin them 1, 2, 3, and they're gone again. You know what I mean?
No, exactly.
Undertaker wasn't like that. He came out, people scared of him, and he beat them and then put them in a box. Right? And I'm like, wow! This guy puts people in a box and sends them away. That's my dude. That's my dude. Everyone else is just normal to me. I thought, yeah, anyway. Anyway, me and him had that connection.
Yeah.
And then he had his own blog site.
Uh-huh.
He had his own radio platform, and he wanted my show to be on his platform.
Okay.
So that's where the growth really started.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And it just took off from there. So I went from writing articles to actually playing the music that people claim that's not on the radio no more when it's on Choice FM. Make it of it what you will. KURMELLOW's playing it.
I mean, the thing is, it's always like, good music is good music, and the thing is, like, regardless of what people may think, nothing really beats that kind of era, unfortunately. And even
if
we're talking about like hip hop in general, it was kind of easier back in, I guess, like 90s, 2000s. We were kind of spoilt for choice because you kind of everybody had somebody that they listened to. Now it's like you literally have to sit and almost being a HR personnel, you literally have to sift through all these applications of artists that kind of float through the algorithm. Because now, before, for you to be an artist, people would have to recognize that you're an artist, whether that's from the streets behind you. And then a lot of times the labels behind you. And a lot of times people get signed that way. Now, people just put stuff up in their rooms and then upload it up to Mixcloud, or they just do some outrageous stuff online, and people just run with it, whether it's good or not. And the problem is now everybody wants to be everything. Everybody is a singer, everybody's a DJ, everybody's a No. Like, it's a different game. So, like even now, like a lot of rappers are finding now is that it's harder for them to sell out tours anymore. Because now we've hit a point where, more so in the US, so stateside, most of the problem in the US as opposed to here and Europe is that in the US they see these artists all the time, and because they see these artists all the time, they don't have the same admiration as if they was to go to Europe. That's why when artists, regardless of who they are, if they're big enough, if they're big over Europe, they can always tour. Versus if someone, unless you are a 50 or a Jay-Z or an Eminem, possibly. But if you are, I'm trying to think.
If you're, say, a Rascas.
Yeah, even actually, like you went to see Pete Rock.
That I did.
So
the Soul Brother #1.
So I'll use Pete Rock as an example.
Right.
Pete Rock does a lot of tours.
Yeah.
But the thing is, with Pete Rock, people will go, but it's not like in the US, people are not falling off their chairs to go and see Pete Rock. The hardcore hip hop fans will go. The hardcore fans that love hip hop will go. But in terms of in the US specifically, the masses may not really care to go, or because most people that are around 30s and 40s and stuff like that, they're working, they at home, they're not always on social media like that. So unless it comes across their Instagram page, a lot of people that are between 40 and 60 years old, half of them don't really pay attention like that. So unless someone tells them that this is happening, they're not really gonna know. Versus here are you'll find more hip hop purists that are more into hip hop than in the US. And because of that, artists from the 90s to the 2000s, as long as they are breathing, they can go on tour to most places in Europe, depending on who they are, but a lot of places in Europe, and do better.
100%. They've told me the same thing. You know what I mean? Your Master Aces and your Havocs and your Onyxes, they come out here like in your Talib Kweli's, they come out here like every 6 months. You know what I mean? Like Talib Kweli, he's notorious. He was out here in November, and then he's talking about he's coming back in February. I'm like, what? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like that's how wild it is out here, man.
No, it is.
And you know, some of these artists that I've interviewed over the years, they've told me the same thing. They said the love for the hip hop in its purest form in UK and Europe in particular, they love it. They won't accept. They won't accept anything else. If hip hop in its purest form, I mean, you've seen the results, Carmella. You know what I mean?
True.
You've seen the results. You see these guys, they go to somewhere like, say, Germany, and the crowd's like stadium, and that's only something like a Kendrick Lamar or a J. Cole could achieve out here now.
Yeah.
You know, those sort of venues, like your Pete Rocks and your Rascasses and people like that, they would struggle to fill a venue like that. But you go to Europe, you go to Germany, Switzerland, and all them places. It's ram.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like DMX, like DMX proportions. You know the one I'm talking. DMX, man's in his red dungarees.
Yeah.
And that's like Michael Jackson numbers.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. But that's the thing. Like none of the artists. I'm not saying none of the artists. The problem is more so it's not really the touring side, it's the selling side. And in the US specifically, they kind of get bored of the same old, and they kind of look for the new talent quite quickly. Like someone like now the only artist that's really charting is Kendrick and J. Cole's new album is floating around, so I know that's doing big numbers. But
J. Cole will be touching out here later this year.
No, exactly. Like, generally speaking, in terms of like hip hop artists in general, there's not many. I mean, now with the whole T.I. and 50 thing, that may change.
Well, T.I. and 50 turned into Papoose and 50, didn't they? Like, T.I. had the button, tag, you're it! And by Papoose, run! And I'm loving it! The truth of the matter is, Carmelo, as far as 50, I'll tell you the truth, and I'll be 100 with you. If I never heard How to Rob back in 99, you fast forward to 2003, I would be on that bandwagon like, oh, Get Rich or Die Trying, yo, that's the album. I wasn't like that at all.
No?
No, man. No, radio's trying to tell me, like, yo, it's all about Get Rich or Die Trying. I'm like, you sure? This is the same guy who did How to Rub. Are you sure about that? I wasn't too convinced. You know what I mean? I heard the album, I was like, ooh, okay, that's how it's going on. Few weeks later pass. Freeway album comes out. Philadelphia Freeway. We're in 2026 now, right? Which album am I listening to now today? I'm asking you now, which album am I listening to? Is it Get Rich or Die Trying, or is it Philadelphia Freeway?
Knowing you, based on what you said, you probably listen to Freeway, which I think it's outrageous, to be honest with you. and I can see people saying 50 years ago, so I don't know what you're talking about. And I still don't know what you're talking about, because you were talking about, because 99, How to Rob, fair enough, but if the thing is, 50 had a larger mixtape run before Get Rich or Die Trying even came out. So he, even if Get Rich or Die Trying didn't come out, he had such a wave that was brewing for so long.
That's probably why
it didn't even make a difference if he got. It doesn't matter who he got signed to. It was just a matter of when. Because he had such a big wave on the streets, and he was dropping mixtapes every week. And what made him stand out from everybody else is that what he was doing, he was taking everyone's beats, rapping over them, remixing them, and sounding better than the tracks that came out. Because he did that, he created such a wave that it didn't even matter who he got signed to. It's just by coincidence he got signed to. And it kind of snowballed into whatever it snowballed to. But I think, like, the thing is, 50 is 50, and like, right now he's at a stage in his career that, because 50 is petty.
Very.
And he will still respond, but because he's in a different stratosphere to the others, he has to tread very softly about what he would normally do. Because normal 50 would be like, oh yeah, he'll jump back, he'll respond, he'll do this and that, he'll do some clown stuff, he'll do some wild stuff, he'll do this and that, and then you have, like, I don't know, 20 other people jump in with him and jump on diss tracks, and he would do all sorts of things. Like, people forget what happened with his whole beef with Fat Joe, and people forget the whole situation with DJ Khaled and DJ Khaled's moms, and he had people outside her house and all sorts of things. So, like, 50 is a special case. So the fact that he's just responding with memes and he says X, Y, and Z, he's not really responding. I just think, like, because he's in the same stratosphere in terms of presence as a Jay-Z, and because he's in the same kind of presence as a Jay-Z, he can't just, I mean, he could go backwards and forwards, but like Jay-Z, a lot of people say stuff about Jay-Z, he probably wouldn't respond to half of it. A lot of times he doesn't. He says nothing.
Yeah, they just get half a bar, right?
Yeah, because like Jay-Z's at a point where he makes a lot of money just by doing other stuff. So, and if he does respond, it's like people are more excited to hear Jay-Z respond anyway. So if he does an album, people are more excited to hear him respond.
Yeah.
And with 50, now, if people don't know, or if people are not following what 50's been doing, like, apparently, 50's planning to drop a brand new album coming out soon.
Is that right?
And he's going backwards and forwards with, so probably next week, because I haven't got all of the tracks here, so I've had the time to actually clean them, but I will do that. So, there's, for people at home that don't know, 50 has a beef with T.I. He's got a beef with Mano.
The T.I. one could have been avoided, really and truly.
I mean, maybe.
All he had to do was like, all right then, let's do verses. Done.
Yeah, but why would he?
Because
Yeah, but
he'd have the whole world watching.
yeah, but out of everyone, why? Like, I don't think T.I. has the catalog to actually match 50's catalog. Personally, T.I. fans can hate me what they want, but I don't know many people that can tell me at least 10 T.I. tracks right now. If you do, just put it in the comments. You can tell me right now. But I don't think anyone can give me at least 12, 10 to 12 T.I. tracks on the spot right now that will bang.
Answers on the postcard, please. You know what I mean? Answers on the postcard. 10 T.I. tracks off the bat.
Yeah, 10 to 12 tracks off the bat. Because, like, I do like T.I. I think T.I. is a good rapper.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just biased. I'm kind of New York biased, but once again,
me and you both, in all honesty.
I like T.I. I think T.I. is a great artist, but I mean, he did this years ago. Like, he tried to do it with Busta.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Years ago.
The pandemic.
Years ago, he asked Busta to do it versus with him, and Busta said no. Well,
nah, I heard differently. I heard it was the other way around. I heard that they wanted to do this, and then it was T.I. that ducked. And at the same time, Busta was like, well, look, you know what I mean? T.I., you come out the other day, you come out to Nappy the other day, and I've been out from leaders of the new school, you know what I mean? I could destroy you just like that. You know what I mean? Word to Sardar Numsy. You know what I mean? He could destroy him based on 2,000 catalogue of Busta. He ain't gonna go to scenario and...
Yeah, but
you know what I mean? And woo-ha and oh my God, yes, oh my God, all them tune there. I got somebody,
but the thing is, he could.
I got someone, KURMELLOW, I got somebody right now. He's listing 12 tracks by T.I. He's going for it, you know, he's going for it.
Is he going for it?
And some of them are the ones that I haven't thought of yet, but like, there's tunes out there in my head that he hasn't listed out yet. You know what I mean? He's put what? 1, 2, 3, 4 so far.
4? Is that what you got? 4?
Yeah, he got 4.
See, that's not enough.
That's my dude, Big O, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay, Big O, that's not enough. That's not gonna cut it.
Don't worry, he'll bring it, man. Trust and believe, he'll bring it. That's my dude right there, man.
You know, any like out of a catalog, like the Massacre alone.
See now?
He
did the same thing.
No, because most people said Get Rich or Die Trying. I said the Massacre because
he did the same thing with the Massacre. Used like Jadakiss and Fat Joe and whoever else to, you know, help promote the album. And if this is the same way, you know, he's doing it. And so is Papoose, because last time I checked, Papoose is dropping new music as well, and maybe T.I.
Well, I mean, the thing is, I remember hearing this.
Go on, Amigo!
I remember hearing this a while back. And, you know, from what I find is that people say beefing, if you have a beef with 50 is good marketing, because they know that someone like 50, because he's great at responding and he will respond, he always has time to respond, it always gains attraction. And I remember hearing Mano, because now he's dissing 50, and he was like, he didn't realize that beefing with 50 is good business, because now everyone's watching the podcast to see what else they're gonna say. T.I.'s now, his new track has gone to like the stratosphere, where I wouldn't even think that T.I.'s new joint would actually even make it that far anyway. Maybe I'm just being biased once again, but T.I.'s got a new album out, right? If I'm not mistaken, T.I.
Well, yo, Big O's just proved you wrong, brother. He just proved you wrong.
Oh yeah, what's he got? How many has he got?
I think he's got 10 here. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hang on. He's got 8.
So in that time frame, it took him that long to come up with 8.
Well, considering he's typing it on, you know, on his gadgets, you know what I mean?
I mean, unless he's got like a a Nokia 3210.
No.
I get it. So, you know, conversation's over.
I'm finished.
But anyway.
I'm finished.
But back to you. Back to you. Sidetracking, back to you. So,
well, you know,
you've been doing this thing for a while, you know. So, have you ever thought, like, I know you're doing the whole radio thing, but are you planning to do like more journalism or more like?
This is my thing now. You know what I mean? This is my thing. So I went from hosting my own radio show, officially launched in 2016.
Okay.
We did have like, you know, like you have pilot episodes.
Yeah.
I did have some pilot episodes in 2014, and then like for whatever reason the radio show folded, not the radio station folded, or something happened, but I actually, you know, kept it going.
Okay.
And in 2016 was the official relaunch. So this year made 10 years I've been doing this. You know what I mean? And it's only like it's only like the later years now. It's the later years where I'm, you know, coming out to London frequently to interview artists on location.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Now it's come to the point where some of these artists, because we've already had that report before that, they're coming to the UK. Back in the day, they would call somebody else from another station. You know what I mean? Now, I'm the guy they're asking for.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'm the guy they're asking for, so I'm like, wow, you know, this is wild. So this is, you know, this is where we are now. See, I want to become that guy now.
Yeah.
So yes, this is my passion. This is what I want to do. I can't rhyme, I can't make beats, but I want to be involved.
No, of course.
Journalism's my thing. You know what I mean?
So is there anybody you would like to do like a piece on? Like any artist that you can, like in the present that you have that sit down, like a piece as in a conversation, or like sit down interview, or like write a piece about?
Well, I mean, there are a few still on my
ones that are living.
Ones that are living,
yeah.
Okay. Ones that are living, that, you know, that I could, like he's like the sitting down right there.
Yep.
The sitting down right there, man. One guy, I could probably ask one question, and I'll probably call him out for about an hour. The RZA.
Okay.
The RZA. Another is Black Milk.
Okay.
Because I named my platform after him. It's only right. He's that guy. I'd love to have that one-on-one, sit down right in front of me and, you know, dissect his brain.
No, of course.
He's that dude. I mean, there's so many on my interview list now. I mean, I've interviewed a lot of people.
Actually, who have you interviewed so far?
If you're talking off the top of my head, all right. So, Rascas is one.
Okay.
Rampage is another.
Okay.
Truth Hurts is another.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Master Ace is another.
Okay.
All three members of Lords of the Underground.
Okay.
So I had I've got that rare trait where, you know, when Lords of the Underground want to interview.
Yeah.
And you interviewing all three of them at the same time.
Yeah.
I got to interview them individually.
Oh, okay.
I got to do so.
Unusual.
So they've got their own stories and that.
Yeah, of course.
The man called Graph. You know what I mean? That was more recent. We came out to the chip shop. We did it on location. That was amazing, man. You know what I mean? I want to shout out my man called DJ Magic J, who helped me out with that one.
Shout out DJ Magic J.
That's my dude right there, man. DJ Magic J. There's so many. The lady called Star. Do you know Star? She was like a prodigy of MF Doom.
Yeah.
That was a memorable one.
Wow.
That was a memorable one. I'll tell you another memorable one, actually. One of the best I've ever had. You know, Live On, Live Long, the man called Ty.
Okay, yeah.
Ty.
Yeah.
He told me some things that really goes on in the music industry.
You'd be shocked.
And I was, and I shouldn't be, but I was. It's the way, the vivid, I mean, the vivid stories that he told me at that time. That's one I'm really proud of. Smith and Wesson.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, Smith and Wesson. Bernadette Price.
Okay.
Yeah. Shout out to her. Rest in peace, Sean Price.
Yeah.
That was a moment. One of my more recent ones, Heather Victoria from Jamila, you know, from the Jamila crew, Ninth Wonder and all them. There's been a lot of mathematics from the Wu-Tang.
Okay.
The DJ.
Yeah.
That was another one I'm really proud of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He told me about the Black Samson album before it was even a thing.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was a moment as well. There's been, like I said, there's been so many.
Wow.
There's been so many, yet there's so many more.
Yeah, of course.
Along the road that I want to. Oh, I've got my man Big O. You know, Big O himself. He's you know, he's an artist / producer. He's more of a producer. You know, he's one I interviewed, and then through him I got to interview. So you know Frank and Dank?
Yep.
Dankery Half.
Okay.
Dankery Half. Yeah. That was an honor and privilege. That was one of the best ones I could say. You know, like top 5 that I've ever had.
Yeah.
He's that dude. You know what I mean? So Big O, take up our brother, Dankery Half as well. You know what I mean? Dilla forever, man. You know, so. You know, it's gonna continue, and I'm looking forward to the journey. Let's keep it going.
No, of course. You're gonna be planning to see the Wu-Tang, right?
I'm gonna say a couple of things about that. First, rest in peace, Power.
Yeah.
That's, you know, rest in peace, Power. I was on the day he left us. I was meant to interview Judah Priest.
Oh, were you?
Yeah, Judah Priest. Not Killer Priest, Judah Priest. Yeah. So he's a affiliation. Yeah, that's going to happen later on in the year. So that's number 1. Number 2, I'm hoping I can help promote this because I am involved in the Wu Worldwide DJ Coalition. And, you know, I'm known as like an ambassador for the UK. I want to put this out there. Wu-Tang are in they've been nominated for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, right?
That's big.
Yeah, I don't.
That's real big.
I don't know if you heard about it. So
I did hear it floating around.
Right. Okay.
So I have heard it floating around.
We need another 25,000 fans. Well, I know you're out there, guys. I know you're out there. We need to get them to vote for the Wu-Tang each and every day up until April 3rd. Go to vote.rockhall.com, I believe it is. So, right.
So
vote.rockhall.com. If you vote each and every day up until May 3rd, not May 3rd, April 3rd, sorry.
April 3rd. Okay.
Right. We need another 25,000 because I'm looking at the leaderboard and it's like, you know, like the Premier League table?
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like the first 4 go to the Champions League, and then anyone after that is like anyone after that.
Yep.
So you got like the first 7 or 8 artists, right? And those are guaranteed in the Hall of Fame, and Wu-Tang are just under. They're just under that. So we need another 25. Now I know they're out there. You know why I know they're out there, Carmelo? It's because Wu-Tang Forever came out in '97.
Yeah.
And that sold 4 million units, right?
Yeah.
So I know that at least 4 million fans are out there.
I mean, especially now, like a lot of people that are into hip hop now tend to use Wu-Tang as a blueprint, especially in the UK.
Right.
A lot of Wu-Tang members will even say this, and a lot of old school rappers will say this, is that 90s hip hop resonates higher in the UK and in most parts of Europe than anywhere in the world. So for that alone, I don't think they would have. I say that, but if they're going to be here, so I don't think they should have an issue getting that 25.
Well, here's my thing, right? And big up the Sade fans, right? Sade fans, I mean, come on now, Sade, legend. Legend. The Wu-Tang have got to get past Sade to get into the Hall of Fame, basically.
Oh.
That is not going to be easy at all. You know what I mean? And the Sade fans, they're going hard with the votes as well. So it's like, it is difficult. It can be done, but I don't like the fact that Sade should be the sacrificial lamb. You know what I mean? I want it to be someone else that gets knocked out of the top spots. I don't want it to be Sade.
I think that's very clever, actually, because Sade is an artist that she's quite universally known, regardless of genre.
Exactly.
And unfortunately, you have to love hip hop to know who Wu-Tang is. No, I don't mean to the average person.
Yeah.
You walk out on the street and say, ask about. Actually, I take back. You know what? I'm gonna take back what I just said. Because what I was gonna say, but that's not really true. So I'm gonna take back what I said. So it's possible. But what I was gonna say is that I think Sade is quite known across the board. And people that in hip hop that likes her, people that's in R&B that likes her, people that loves rock that likes her, people that may not even like her music is genreless because you can't even hold her to say this is what she is. She could be be pop, she could be rock, she could be R&B, she could be whatever you want.
That is true.
And I think because of that, people of age, creed, color, all that kind of stuff, they're gonna automatically go for Sade because everybody in their auntie listens has heard of Sade at some point.
Of course.
Or heard it in ways that they probably don't want to hear it.
Ideally, I want Sade to be in the Hall of Fame because she deserves it, 100%, 101,000. But I want Wu-Tang there. And just above Sade is INXS. Okay. So INXS fans, you can't go. No, but best of luck to everyone who's been nominated though. I just want to see my boys up in there. I want to see my boys up in there. They're that close. They are close. They can do it. But I want Sade to be in there also. It would be. I mean, Mariah Carey, she's nominated, and Wu-Tang were above her. No, correction, Mariah was above Wu-Tang.
Okay.
And Wu-Tang have gone past Mariah Carey in a leaderboard. So I'm like, and they're just opening up the gap. So it's like, whoa, that's huge. And y'all know how big Mariah Carey is.
No, exactly.
You know what I mean? I want to shout out my little sis, man.
Shout out little sis.
My little sis, Sherelle Brown, aka Venice Gold. She puts it out there. Even Primark be using the Wu-Tang. Remember there was like a year or two back where Primark was rocking all the Wu-Tang gear as well.
Yeah.
And a lot of people was, I'm gonna see that when I go to see the Wu-Tang this Tuesday coming.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're gonna see like a sea of like Wu-Tang wear.
Yeah, Wu wear and
exactly.
What you want, baby, is what you need. Yeah, I know I'm a bit off. I'm a bit off key because of the instrumental, but but you get my point, though, right?
No, exactly. So it's good to have you on, and really, I could probably speak to you for like another 2 hours.
And very easily.
Very easily. So, you want to do any shout-outs?
Yes.
Shout out your sister, but
yeah, my little sis, man. You know what I mean? She's like my biggest supporter, my biggest fan. You know what I mean? We support each other because we're at opposite ends of the spectrum. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So I'm this radio personality journalist like yourself. She's a dancer.
Okay.
She's a street dancer, and last week we were out here, and we had the big video shoot for the man called Fuse ODG.
Okay.
And we straight up turned Westminster into Notting Hill Carnival.
Oh wow.
That's how it went down. It was her, it was my little sis and a bunch of other dancers with all their flags from the Caribbean and African territories. And he had Fuse ODG leading the charge. Right there in front of Big Ben and the House of Commons. Oh man, it was something I'd never thought would be on my bingo card for 2026. You know what I mean? Lot less my life actually, my whole life. I never thought I'd see Big Ben or Westminster. The amount of times I come out to London, that's the first time I've seen Westminster in my own eyes.
Oh yeah. So you're from Wolverhampton, sorry.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Shout out Wolverhampton gang.
All my Wolverhampton crew, well, most of them, big you up. I'm not bigging up the ones who talk well. Big them up as well. Big up the Wolverhampton crew that either asked me, A, am I still doing that radio show? Or B, I forgot what B was now, you know. Lost my train of thought, but one was, you know, am I still doing that radio show? That's the main one. You know what I mean? Oh, that was it. B, they used to tell me stop listening to Wu-Tang, stop listening to hip hop.
Really? What they listen to?
House and garage for the most part. Wolverhampton's not really a hip hop orientated city. It's more of a house and garage / reggae dancehall / drum and bass orientated / Afrobeats orientated city / grime.
/grime. The grime is in there as well.
Yeah, grime, drill, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, all of that. You know what I mean? Hip hop's like somewhere down there. You know what I mean? Compared to all the other genres I just mentioned.
I'm quite surprised because, anyway, fair enough.
Yeah. They used to, why you listen to? Why you keep listening to Wu-Tang for? That's why you listen to Wu-Tang. You should listen to that. Yo, it's all about house and garage now. House and garage. Yeah, okay. House and garage ones have got me sitting here right now talking to you. So.
Well, no, exactly. All right, brilliant.
Not like me, I tell.
Well, Grandbody V, thank you for coming.
Yo, it's a pleasure, man. It's a pleasure. You know what I mean? It was a perfect time. Timing's everything. You know what I mean? Pete Rock last night, and then Wu-Tang like in a few days' time, and then I'll be supporting my man Big O the day after. Okay. You know what I mean? Because as I say, he's a producer, and he does like sessions and people check out his music, and Big O is that dude. Trust and believe.
Shout out Big O.
He's that dude. He is that dude. People, people will find out if they don't find out already.
So, since your man only gave like a handful of tracks, I'm gonna put the new T.I. joint for him, so he can be happy. So shout out to him. Much love.
Man. That's can I shout out one more person before you do that? Real quick. Yeah, man. Nearly forgotten. She'll have my head if I didn't pick her up. The lady called Zara Palmer.
Yeah, shout out to Zara.
Yes, come on now.
Shout out to Zara.
So me and Zara, we go back. We go back to 97.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And she knows my family even before me and her met. Okay. So she's the one who's instrumental of me being here as well. You know what I mean? And she's a big house and garage fan herself. She wasn't one of them who told me to stop listening. No. But she's brought me to this point, so I'll big her up. And on top, she's just got the new single that dropped, Ting Car, Nothing Lasts Forever. It dropped like a few weeks ago. Yeah. Something like February 20th or something like that. Yeah. So all you house and garage heads, I'm not a fan of the genre, but check out that track right there, man. You know what I mean? Nothing Lasts Forever. Big up to Zara. She's flying the flag for house and garage right now.
No, exactly.
You gotta have someone like I'm flying the flag for hip hop. She's flying the flag for house and garage, and that can only be a beautiful thing, right?
No, exactly. Like, no, exactly. There's a lady.
Fly the flag, Zara. Salute.
All right, peace.